How's everybody doing? Good. Well, a couple things have happened here since the last time I guess I've got the opportunity to talk to you. We're really proud to have 14 guys graduate this past Saturday, and now we have 21 guys that'll be graduates in the game, which I think is like third in the country or something. So we continue to do a great job of helping our guys develop a career off the field, which is why they should come to school, and we're really proud of that. We're also excited about how many guys that we had, and we congratulate them and their families, get recognized and win national awards and SEC awards. I think you know who those guys are. It's well documented, but extremely proud of what those guys have done for our program, as well as very happy that they are being acknowledged for the good job that they did. First day back at practice, I was encouraged by the effort and enthusiasm. Ask all the players to sort of embrace the challenge of what we have in front of us. It doesn't really matter what you've done to this point. Everybody's a good team now. Everybody's 0-0. So everybody's got to be totally committed to what we need to do to get our team ready to play the best possible ball that they can play. It's very difficult to carry the momentum of the season into a game that's this far off. So I think we got to kind of look at it like we're, starting over. And have the proper respect. This is the best team that we've played so far this year, by far, hands down. And anybody that doesn't have the proper respect for this team and what they've accomplished this year, I hear a lot of people talking about Ohio State and Clemson and all that. I don't want to hear anybody talking about anything that's in our camp, that's one of our fans or our supporters, thinking about anything but this game. It's a one-game season from that standpoint against a very good team, and we're going to have to play our best to have a chance to be successful. A couple injury guys. Dakota Ball wasn't out there today. He actually had a hunting accident and shot his finger, which I don't know what exactly or how long he'll be out, but we'll let you know as it go. And we had the players work out 3 times last week. Tony Brown had a little muscle pull, so he was out of practice today. Marlon was back in practice today and practicing, full go. So we were happy about that. Look, I'm just going to speak about the decision to make Steve Sarkisian the next offensive coordinator here. He's got great track record and has done a really, really good job wherever he's been, whether it was the coordinator at Southern Cal or the quarterback coach. He's got a history of developing quarterbacks, as well as being a very good play caller and a well-organized, good designer of offense. He's been here with us all fall and done a really good job. So that makes the transition, a lot easier. And I wouldn't have anybody in this organization that I didn't have total faith, trust, and confidence in that they would do a good job with our players. This guy's a part of our family now. We're going to support and help him be successful every way we can. That's in his life as well as a coach. So that's what we have to say about that. And I think what I'd like to focus on here today is this game and our team.
Start here with Ben. What have you seen from Washington's running game, number 9 in particular?
Well, these guys are really, really well balanced offensively. Got a really good scheme on offense. Both of their runners are, especially number 9, is very quick, very good outside runner, can make you miss, and has power for his size, and has been very, very productive for them. They have a lot of RPOs. They have some really good skill guys. The quarterback does a really good job of implementing their offense. And when they can run the ball on people and create balance, they have a really difficult system and scheme to defend. So it's going to be really important for us to play well, tackle well, and that's the one thing about bowl games that you really have to emphasize is, when defensive players haven't played for a long time, they really have to practice the right way and really work on thudding and getting themselves in position to tackle, because if you notice, a lot of times in bowl games, the tackling's not very good. And it's the kind of team this is, sort of a perimeter RPO team. this is going to be very, very important, how well we play in space, how well we tackle on the perimeter.
Left side of Brandon.
With Sarkisian, what did you see in his development, I guess, or observed during his time here since becoming the offensive analyst?
Well, I think you look at the whole body of work that the guy's done, throughout his career, wherever he's been, the points they've scored. They were a no-huddle team at Washington and USC. And, they were very productive in terms of the points scored. And he did a great job organizationally of helping Lane, through this last season in terms of some of the things that we did. And I just thought that he was a real positive addition, to our staff. So, and I think the knowledge and experience of being in leadership positions is, and the result that he's gotten, I think is what we saw, and he did that job here for us. So we were pleased with him all the way around.
Steve Sarkisian.
Just one follow-up, just for clarity's sake. In the postseason, in the remainder of the season that's left, will Coach Sarkisian, does he remain an analyst? Does Lane continue to do what
Lane
he's
is
been
the
doing?
offensive coordinator. I've said that before, and he's staying here through the games. So, I guess I should have said it again, but none of that's changed.
Mark.
Yeah, you sort of talked about the on-the-field stuff with Steve Sarkisian, but what has he shown you in terms of off-the-field development, and how have you seen him grow in that area?
Well, we want to be supportive. I think a lot of us have had issues somewhere in our life or in our family, and we want to be very supportive. And he has been very diligent about what he's tried to do to do the right things in terms of his life. And we're going to continue to support him and help him. And he wants to do it, and we want to help him do it. And we're going to do it every way that we can. So this is a he did a good job for us for a long time here, and that's what made me feel confident that the guy was ready to do this.
In the middle, Steve.
Coach, what have you found to be some of the keys and secrets to maintaining a continuity of results here, despite a fairly continual turnover in very important coaching positions?
Well, I think we've been fortunate to have a lot of good coaches here, and I think we've been fortunate to be able to get some really good coaches to take their place. And I think that the continuity that we've been able to have with people who know how we do things here has been something that helps that, because we don't make wholesale changes in what we do systematically, so it's not as difficult for the players. I think that it gets a little overrated sometimes what you do systematically. I think that players sort of how they compete, how they work, what their perseverance is, what their competitive spirit is, how they tackle, how they block, how they play fundamentally. I mean, those things at the end of the day are what help you be successful in whatever offensive play you run or whatever defensive call you make. So that's the part I think that our staff, our coaches, myself put a lot of emphasis on, so that we're playing with the kind of effort, the kind of toughness, the kind of intangibles, the kind of discipline, the kind of ability to sustain that for 60 minutes in a game that is important. So that's the part I think we've been able to maintain regardless of what play that we call.
Left side of Andy.
How much does it help to have the support staff the way you do, where when you hire a guy like this, you don't have to teach him how you expect him to do the job because he already knows?
Well, I think that's the big key to, what I was trying to reiterate in the last question is that, Jeremy Pruitt was here for 5 or 6 years as a coach, so for him to come back, he knows exactly how we do things, and he knows the system and the scheme, and a lot of it he used himself other places. When you have a guy that's been here for a season, he knows the terminology, comes from similar background from what we've always done in terms of pro-style spread kind of combination, which is where we want to be. Maybe we weren't quite there this year because of Jalen's skill set and his development as a freshman, but we certainly want him to get there because we think he has the capability of doing that. So I think it makes the transition easier. I think it makes it a lot easier for the players, and I think it's a lot less change for the players. And I think the players have a comfort zone with people that they know. So I think it does make a huge difference.
Front in the middle with Alex.
You mentioned there's going to be their support system in place for Sarkisian as he continues to go through his battle. But can you kind of clarify, at least maybe, what are some of those things that the team is doing to keep him from having any sort of issues going forward?
Well, we have a lot of support people here for our players. We have support folks here for anybody in our organization. And we're going to use all the support staff that we have to design professionally. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about professionals, which has been in place all since the guy came here. And we're going to continue to do that. And those people are going to help him the best that we can. And look, we have players that need help. We have players who need support. We have people in our family who we are going to always help everybody that has issues or problems. But I'm going to say it again. I would not have anybody in this organization that I didn't have confidence in that they would do a good job for our players. And that's how the decision gets made.
Michael.
Just looking at Washington, they're pretty good with turnover margin. I guess what are some of the things you see from them in their defense and the way they create turnovers?
Well, I mean, they're ball hawkers. There's no doubt about that. I mean, they play really good on defense. They don't turn the ball over a lot on offense either, and I think that's where turnover margin, sort of gets the way it is. They take good care of the ball, but they got physical players on defense, and this is a good defensive team. They're capable of making plays in the secondary and getting interceptions, but they also get around the ball, and the second guy in there is tugging at it, and that's how you create turnovers, and they create a lot of turnovers. So we're going to have to take care of the ball. We did a good job of that in the Florida game. They had a similar type defense, and we didn't have any turnovers. So, hopefully we can keep that up and, keep the old adage that if every series ends in a kick, you got a pretty good chance. That means you never turn the ball over, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point.
Up front here with Ken.
One of the things that's happened since we saw you last was the team voting on the captains. I wondered if you'd talk a little bit about your guys and even Eddie's role. Has he continued to help in the room, or what's he been doing?
Well, I think the guys that get voted for captain obviously have the ultimate respect of their teammates in terms of the example that they set, being somebody that somebody wants to emulate. Obviously showed that they care enough about players to help other players on the team try to do things the right way. If I could have picked captains, those are the four guys that I would have picked. And I think there are just that many players on the team that have that much respect for Eddie in terms of not only what he did when he was playing, but also the way he's continued to be a part of the team when he's not playing. And he's helped other players. He helps them on the sidelines during the game. I think he's tried to help some of the younger guys learn things, but he did that when he was playing. So, and I think players really appreciate that and have a tremendous amount of respect for it. And I'm really pleased with the captains that we have.
Time for two more. We'll start with Joe.
Chris Peterson has a track record of success with trick plays. When you have as much time to prep as you do, how much of a focus is that?
Well, it's a big focus because they score a lot of points on trick plays, and they have some dandies, all right? And we have a whole reel of them, and you're welcome to come and look at them. But it takes a lot of discipline in terms of everybody doing their job and having discipline, eye control, double passes, throwbacks to the quarterback, throw it to the quarterback, he throws it to somebody else. I mean, they have lots of reverses. They have a lot of things that are, and they're not just junk plays now. They're very well conceived, designed things that complement their offense. And I think that's what makes it difficult to defend. And they made a lot of big plays and scored a lot of points off of those things this year and through the years.
Wrap up. Follow up here.
Yeah, I want to ask about Rashawn Evans. How does he develop as an inside linebacker, and will he be the guy to step in there for Sean Dion Hamilton?
Right. That's the guy that has the best opportunity to do it. He did a nice job in the last game, and he's played the most. He's got the most experience, and we have a lot of confidence in him. So hopefully he'll be able to go out there and during these weeks, really get confident in what he's doing and go out there and do a great job for us. Physically he can run. He's a good blitzer. He's a good tackler. Hopefully knowledge and experience is something that we can gain through this extra practice, and it'll be helpful to him so that he can play well.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.